"This isn't even my final form" has been a running joke for as long as the internet existed, and anime is the form that's best known for giving birth to this trope. Whether it's the main character, a side character, or the villain, transformations have always excited fans of anime when their favorite characters reveal a more powerful side to themselves. In this list, we'll take a look at the top 10 anime where the main character has a transformation.
𝐜𝐴万種以上の命の炎が燃え盛る。地球をなめんなよ。
Number 10. Terraformers. In the 21st century, humans decide to colonize Mars, and their first step to making it habitable for themselves is to send algae and cockroaches to the planet. By doing this, the atmosphere would be purified with the algae absorbing the sunlight. Around 500 years later, they finally send a manned ship to scout the planet, and they're surprised to find out that the cockroaches have adapted perfectly to the surfaces of Mars. Not only that, but they're physically evolved to the point that their bodies resemble those of very muscular human beings. Talk about every person's nightmare. The crew is then slaughtered and managed to send a message to Earth about the recent developments. After another failed expedition, a third team's assembled with genetically altered human beings who have similar transforming abilities to that of the cockroaches. They're sent to collect samples of the cockroaches and bring them home in the hopes to cure a mysterious virus on Earth. While Terraformers has multiple protagonists, the show's certainly stolen by Akari Hizamaru. It would take a day to talk about his abilities and skills, but his true transformation's unlocked when a teammate sacrifices herself to protect him, and he unlocks the orchid mantis DNA within his body, which transforms his arm into a mantis claw and produces 2 threads with mini mantis claws, making him a dangerous threat even to the most powerful of enemies. Number 9 is Assassin Pride. After facing near extinction, humanity now exists solely in the state of Flandor, where individual city blocks separate what remains of society. The different blocks are protected by glass domes, and travel between them is only possible through train tunnels. The outside world infested with bloodthirsty lycanthropes, thus the civilians stay inside the domes, and the domes themselves are divided between the noble and the common classes. The blood of the noble families can summon powerful mana, which grants them superhuman abilities which can be used to kill the lycanthropes. The daughter of a noble, Melida Angel, has never displayed any form of mana. She attends an elite academy with the hopes to summon her mana soon, but it doesn't seem to be working. Her grandfather, Lord Mordru, orders an assassin called Kufa Vampire to become Melida's tutor and see if she can truly become a member of the noble family or not. Additionally, he's given the secret orders to kill her if it turns out that she doesn't belong to their family. As his last name quite literally gives it away, Kufa has a transformation that he can use at his own will. His hair becomes long and white, his eyes become bright blue, and he gains fangs as well when he's in his vampire form, which is quite different from his normal one. And he also gains new abilities when transformed, such as ice manipulation, tampering with memories, and regeneration. At number 8, it's Korewa Zombie Desu Ka. A 16-year-old high schooler called Ayumu Aikawa is murdered by a serial killer but soon wakes up to find himself next to a necromancer. Not only is he revived, but he's also an immortal zombie now. He tries to find his killer but ends up in a strange situation where a young girl with a chainsaw is fighting a bear. She kills the bear and immediately tries to erase Ayumu's memory of her, but Ayumu ends up absorbing her magic, which removes it from her body. Now he's forced to hunt down creatures known as the Megalo using the chainsaw girl's powers, while also trying to adjust to the life of a zombie and find the whereabouts of his killer. What a strange story. While Ayumu Aikawa has multiple abilities even in his normal form thanks to the fact that he's a zombie now, his true power comes from the Maso Shoujo transformation. This transformation translates to Magical Garment Girl, which gives a girly outfit to Ayumu. This gives him the ability to erase memories and manipulate barriers, but there's an even stronger version of this form called the 1000% Maisotain Masu Shoujo form. This allows Ayumu to unleash 1000% of his power, enhancing every single one of his attacks, and doesn't have any side effects when used. At number 7, it's High School DxD. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐩𝐸 is your average lazy pervert who acts like being productive has been outlawed and spends most of his time looking at women and hoping he gets to have a harem one day. He finally manages to get a date, but this date turns out to be a fallen angel who kills him. Fortunately for him, he's revived by the beautiful Rias Gremory, and she reveals that she's a devil and has reincarnated him as a devil as well. Now 𝐒𝐮 has to manage his normal life with his friends and family, his school life, and his life as a servant who's caught between the crossfire of angels and demons, all the while hoping he can get stronger one day and build his harem with the beautiful women he encounters. At first, one of 𝐒𝐮's arms turns into that of a dragon in terms of skin and strength, but with time he's able to change any part of his body to that of a dragon's, gaining a full transformation. But it doesn't stop there. As throughout the series he gets more and more powerful until the point where he unlocks many transformations, each stronger than the other and with their own names. Number 6 is 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥. 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐴N starts with two superheroes fighting each other called 𝐜𝐸 and 𝐴LPHAs. Jin Kanzaki is a young man engineered to be a weapon by the infamous 𝐼𝐼𝐺𝐸 Corporation, and because of this, he can transform into a different form known as 𝐜𝐸. Koga 𝐼𝐼𝐺𝐸, on the other hand, is a person with a strong sense of justice and uses technology to be the hero 𝐼𝐼𝐴LPHAs. The story takes us into the life of the two heroes as their fate intertwines and they have to protect mankind at all costs. Their threat comes in the form of the Players, who were another experiment of the 𝐼𝐼𝐺𝐸 Corporation, but turned out to be monstrous abominations and now pose a threat to all of humanity. Initially, Jin can only transform into the white 𝐜𝐸 form, which grants him superhuman strength and abilities, making him a formidable foe. But with experience and age, he manages to unlock the iconic black and red 𝐜𝐸 transformation, and his power grows throughout the story as he swears to protect the innocent and those he loves. At number 5, we have 𝐾𝐽 no Kanata, Beyond the Boundary. Mirai Kuriyama is the last survivor of a clan of warriors from the spirit world who possess the power of using their blood as a weapon. She's tasked with killing Yomu creatures who are the equivalent of demons in their universe, manifested from negative human emotions. One day she encounters Akihito Ganbara, who's a half-human, half-Yomu being. She panics and stabs him, but fortunately it doesn't harm him as his body can regenerate at a superhuman rate. Through this strange encounter, they form an unlikely friendship that turns into a bond, and Mirai also gets to meet two other spirit world leaders as they form a team. However, the inevitable release of the most powerful Yomu beyond the boundary will be at hand soon, and their daily lives will become a fight for survival. While generally human, Akihito is also able to transform into his Yomu form whenever he's injured or needs to. It grants him additional strength on top of his previous superhuman advantages, and his physical appearance begins to change as well. His eyes become all black with a multicolored iris, and his hair gains green highlights around the end. He's also surrounded by unexplained green energy in this form. Number 4 is Kill La Kill. After Ryuko Matoe's father is murdered, she tries her best to find the killer. Her only lead is the missing half of something her father created called the Scissor Blade, and following the clues, she arrives at the Honnoji Academy. The Honnoji High School is ruled by the Cole Student Council President Satsuki Kiryuin, and she has 4 underlings called the Elite Four. The students that rise through the social school's brutal competition are given the special Goku uniforms that enhance the wearer's abilities, providing them with superhuman strength. In a fight with one of the students in the Goku uniform, Ryuko is beaten. This causes her to retreat and go home, but she finds a rare Sengetsu, which is a sentient type of clothing in her world. When her blood touches the cloth, it causes the Sengetsu to awaken and it latches itself onto her, giving her a special transformation with a great amount of power. Not only that, that, but she can destroy the students with Goku uniforms, and after defeating them, she absorbs the power and adds it to her own. Her appearance and powers change throughout the story while in the special form, making her one of the deadliest girl characters in anime. Number 3 is 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐻𝐿, Attack on Titan. Centuries ago, mankind was attacked by giant humanoid creatures with a taste of human flesh referred to as Titans. The Titans managed to brutally slaughter human beings to the point of near extinction, forcing the remaining human beings to build enormous walls of concrete, hoping to keep them out. Being safe for 100 years, they are finally found by a colossal Titan who manages to break through the giant wall, and the humans have to fight for their survival to avoid extinction. An elite military unit called the 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐽 dedicate their life to battling the brutal humanoids outside of the protective walls, and they hope to one day stop them before the wall is breached entirely. Eren Yeager, an important member of the 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐽 and the main protagonist of 𝐭 can transform into a Titan form, which allows him to be a true threat to the colossal Titan enemies. His appearance changes greatly once he's transformed. His hair grows long, his tongue and ears become elongated, different facial features as well, and even a third transparent eyelid on his eyes. Additionally, he also has a pure Titan form that's shorter than his usual Titan form, but has a different appearance and more power.
待て。
まさかまだかばう気か。
いや、俺が切る。
Number 2 is Akame ga Kill. Tatsumi is a fighter who lives in a poverty-stricken village. Along with 2 childhood friends, he leaves for the capital hoping to make some money to improve his village's condition. Due to a bandit attack, he's separated by his friends. He's taken in by a noble family, but finds out that they only took him in just to torture him and kill him for amusement, and they've done the same to his friends. Learning of the Night Raid, a part of a revolutionary army, he joins them. The goal of the army is to overthrow the prime minister of their nation, who's letting the country rot in poverty just for his personal gain. With this newfound group of soldiers, he sets out on a journey to fight the corrupt empire and must face countless challenges, both physically and mentally, to give his town a better tomorrow. The members of the Night Raid carry 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐽, which are unique weaponry created generations ago and are overwhelmingly powerful. Tatsumi's 𝐒𝐻𝐽 was called Incursio, and after a certain point in the story, he's fused with it. It begins to alter him physically, such as one of his eyes becoming red and the right side of his face slightly resembling a reptile. With further fusion, his hands also gain a reptilian look, as well as his head gaining a pair of horns. After his final transformation, he loses the human physical traits in his body and starts to look more like a dragon with a humanoid figure. At one point, he even transforms entirely into a massive dragon.
禁忌を犯した人間ども、皆潮の柱となれ。
Number 1 is Owari no Seraph. A mysterious virus appears and starts to kill everyone over the age of 13. This allows previously hidden vampires the opportunity to reveal themselves, and they offer the survivors protection and longer life in exchange for their blood as a donation. Yuichiro and Mikaela Hyakuya are 2 young boys who live in an orphanage and are tired of being treated like cattle by the vampires who keep human beings under their rule. Mikaela creates a plan to escape, but unfortunately, the only person that survives is Yuichiro. He's found by the Moon Demon Company, a military revolution that dedicates itself to fighting vampires in Japan. Yuichiro is driven by revenge and joins the unit, hoping to kill the entire race that's responsible for the murder of the people he considered family. Once grown up and at full strength, Yuichiro gains the ability to transform into a demon form that causes his eyes to become scarlet, 2 black horns to come out of his head, his teeth become pointy, and marks appear on his face. He gains a more powerful transformation later, in which he has black wings, his eyes become more dark with gold irises, and the edge of his hair becomes white. Now that's a menacing transformation, and he's certainly got the power to back it. Alright folks, that's the end of the list of the top anime where the main character has a transformation. If you enjoyed the hard work we put into this video, then don't forget to smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to get regular updates and notifications from us. Have a good day, and see you in the next video.